What is divine love? Divine love is the truest and fullest expression of self. It is the fullest expression and truest expression of love itself, where a being loves themselves internally to the point of where they actually overflow onto others rather than pouring from their own cup in any form, way, or fashion. Divine love is the highest and most pure form of love, where all creation is just loved. This does not mean that you cannot dislike or have concern or be worried for another and their being, for that does not uh, separate that aspect of divine love. Divine love is not affected or affected by any aspect of any concept around it, for it is in love. It understands that the love that it has for itself would be on the love of the external, and it understands and overstands that that function is necessary. Divine love is not something obtainable, it is something that is simply just felt. You cannot possess it, you cannot hold it. It is an action upon your sisters and brothers without an expectation of anything in return, or the love that you give would truly replenish itself if it were divine. There's a lot of people out here in this world that say they are divine beings but do not have the aspect of actually having divine love. Why is that? A, because the human populace has been lied to for so long that they believe in their own lies and they are in a complete delusion. That's for certain. But another that you can see is that simply the divine love that they feel is not necessarily divine love. It is circumstantial love. It is conditional love. Having unconditional love means that you don't get upset or mad at what people have done to you in the past. You simply give them love. Because it is only you that is that upset at that exact thing, or it is only you that is confused on that thing. Divine love will ask a question before assuming and accusing. So, unfortunately, if you've not asked a question and sat and listened to the answer, that's not, you're not living in divine love. You're living in situational love where you would have only cared or given that love whenever your needs were met. Divine love is saying that you will love the people that have cursed you. It's saying that you will love those around you that have hurt you, stolen from you, killed from you, any acts, any of those acts, you will show them love. That is what it's saying. It is not a command, it is a will of self. If you cannot do that, then you cannot operate on a frequency of divine love. For you to go around and tell someone they don't know things due to your own lack of experience or due to your gain of experience is not divine love. You must love them enough to show them who they are. People can get divine love mixed up because they will not experience the love that they're desiring out of you, and which then creates it a conditional love. Divine love is a frequency you can truly only feel and you can truly only know whenever you have felt that love of God and not allowed anything outside of you to perturb or inside of you to perturb that feeling. We all possess divine love and we all constantly feel divine love, but we do not accept divine love due to what we have either experienced or sensed. This is where you need to do the work to see divine love as it is. Instead of accusing, look and truly ponder. Is it I who am confused, for something new has been brought? Or is it that I am just refusing a situation or a circumstance completely due to my own attitude? People don't have the conscious will to live in divine love due to what's going on around us. Divine love is helping your brother and sister without expecting anything in return. Divine love is not a sacrifice unless you are sacrificing yourself in the name of that divine love. In which then would it be divine love? And how would it be divine love? That is a question for you to ask yourself. If your sacrifice is for a means for things that do not equate back to love, then it was useless. Everything is done in love, but what in the name of love is it done in? Is it truly a name of divine? Or is it a true meaning? Or is it in the name of a selfish desire? To be loved by the divine is to be loved consciously and unconsciously on all realms and planes. But if one cannot experience that love of divine love, then they are not experiencing the truest and purest form of love. A lot of people in today's age, especially in the conscious and spiritual communities, have nothing but conditional love because they do not even love themselves. Yet they say they do. And yet, when they say they love themselves, they also, in the same breath, say that they can't do something or put limitations and restrictions on themselves. Is that out of love or is that out of their own disbelief of themselves? Some people say, I can't get out of this situation because others won't leave me alone. That is a condition, a contradicting condition that they've put on themselves in the name of self-hatred instead of self-love. For truly, if they had any amount of divine love in them, they would be able to see that aspect. Some people end up giving divine love to others but not to themselves, so then they don't have any form of love or rehabilitation within themselves. A lot of people give darling love, the expression of enjoying the outcome of a circumstance. Oh, I just love doing these things because it makes me feel better. That could be an aspect of divine love, but are you truly receiving that love, or are you just doing these acts because it feels like what you have to do? A lot of people do acts of kindness because they themselves feel awful about what they've done. That is the darling love, or an aspect of a darling love, where you're only doing things to be seen as something that is pure, when in the inside of themselves they feel impure and are forced to do these acts against their own will. These are things you have to understand and things you have to realize. These are all things that you have to look at and know. It is not your fault that you don't know these aspects, but yet it is. To take responsibility of that fault then creates it into a lesson and then allows it to be created into a new form of movement or a new energetic way of being. For those that cannot see a new way to move forward within any form of circumstance while also keeping love, that is your first challenge. To see what you have truly gone through. And it is only you that has gone through it. It is only you and your feelings that you have gone through. You and your own nervous system that you have gone through. Your vagus system, your own flesh that you have gone to. No one can do anything to you without your permission. And after you have a actual solid grasp of that, then you can start seeing the aspects of divine love, of seeing where the divine has come to you and said these things of, hey, leave this, leave that, not in the name of hate, but just hastily because of that love and how it has expired on the inside of you and then being reflected externally. You're not really wanting to experience any form of tragedy or any form of mishap, but you first must see what you do, how and when you do it to yourself. The killing of your inner child can be as simple as seeing a child in real life. The murders that you see in this world are all caused by self-inflicted murders of their own ambitions and ideas. So one must truly and fully know and see where they are at, how they are moving, and what is actually moving them. If you cannot do those things, then you are lacking in a mental department that is very important, especially if you're going to use terms as the conscious community, which is very conned, if you ask me. It is not a procious community at all. A lot of them are not even aware of why they're doing the things that they're doing, and they lack that sense of mental control because they've lived a life where they have depended and become codependent on others and not really seeing what they desire. And even then, their desires are based off of other people's, and there has no root within their own. A lot of people like to say that humans were born to be in groups. We were not meant to be around everyone for such a long time. We were there to experience others for short periods and then leave. It is because we've been bunched up together that we then have blended our own minds together and forgot what's really going on in the grand scheme of things. So give yourself that break from people. Give yourself that break from situations and mindsets that you're wishing to leave. And the only way to do that is by removing yourself from the people, from the places and things that affect you on those realms, on those planes. And only you would know how to do such a thing because only you know what you get out of doing those things. And that is an act of self love, of seeing how you actually are being affected by things, seeing how you are acting. If you're going to be one that ignores the signs and ignores the lessons, the voices, then there is aspects of yourself that do still reign in some form of hatred towards the self, in some form of dislikement towards the self. Is that due to a physical appearance? Is it due to something you can't control? And this is the things that you need to look at and see moving forward so that you're not stuck in these realms, in these reigns of not feeling that love, not feeling secure in self, of you not feeling as if you are deserving of any other outcome than what you have. That's a big issue for people, is not being able to accept their own love that they give out to others. You want to hang out with other people. You want to play games with other people. You want to go out and eat with other people. But when was the last time you did it for yourself? You cook for other people, you drive for other people, you give other people great advice. When is the last time you've done that to yourself? That is where people lack in their divine love. This is where people lack in their self love. This is where people lack in love at all. You have not actually helped yourself. You have lived a life where you have bashed yourself down without helping others. You have lived a life where you actually accept things that aren't for you, knowing they're not for you, and then getting mad at an outside force for showing you that flaw that has been hidden inside your own vessel for such a long time that it's become ignored. And this happens a lot. That's one of the funniest mirrors that I experience is people all the time. This is not true. This is not for me. You're lying to me. No one's lying to you except for yourself because you decided to sit down and you decided to indulge in something that you knew deep down inside wasn't for you. That is all your fault. No one put this on your screen except for you. So, if you're one of those people that are still that blind and ignorant, then you can be blind and ignorant, but expect an ignorant response from not only the inside of you, but from the outside world of you, because everyone will see how you react from your own view, because that is how you wish others to act due to your own self hatred. And people won't want to accept that. People won't want to see that. Their own ignorance of themselves. They don't love themselves enough to pay attention to these small signs. When their body hurts, they blame other things around them instead of seeing how it is on for them truly. So this is what people really need to see. This is what people really need to be stepped into in the grand scheme of things. Why are you moving the way that you are? And how are you able to keep that momentum going? Or how can you stop that momentum and change its course? Do all things out of self love. You will fail as an individual, but you will succeed in everything as a part of the all. So stay as a part of the all, stay in the name of divine love. Peace in the Lamb. It was truly wonderful. Hadus Ashuk Wadu.